行くぞはっジェノサイカッタ
What's happening, everybody? Welcome back. This is Forgo, and today we're going to brute force our way through Spider Robot. Before we get into that, I do want to remind all of you that you want to make sure that you use all of your Abysmal Darkness Rush event coins in your exchange shop, and also go to the craft shop and use your Orochi Event Dungeon event coins. So make sure that you come into the exchange shop, make sure that you're using all of your coins, collect all the resources that you can from here. We'll go ahead and just collect this while we're in here. Right, since I have an insane amount of these things, collect your gold hammers, experience balls, capsules, and what have you. Also, make sure that you do go to the craft shop here and collect all of these right here. You know, these tokens right here are going to allow you to get as many of whatever resources in here. I mean, you got rare enhancement hammers in here. You got, you know, elemental fest memory mystery boxes. You got plus and brimstone mixture boxes. So make sure that you do collect all of this because this is the last day that this is going to be available. Now let's jump into the Dungeon of Trials. Now this is a game mode that I have mentioned quite a few times. It's really my most hated game mode. I absolutely can't stand it. You see the score that I got today, 420 million. I'm going to show you guys that run. And the beautiful thing about this is, you know, normally with Spider Robot, you got to apply shock and chill at certain points in the fight to really allow yourself to do a lot more damage. I've done videos in the past about Spider Robot, about how you really should approach it, about what kind of cards you should use, what kind of strikers you should use, you know, like some chill strikers, shock strikers, or use characters that offer chill damage, shock damage, and so on. But today, we're going to be doing something a little bit different where we're just going to be plowing through it. We're just going to brute force our way through it. And the cool thing about this is, my face is actually in the way, is we're actually going to be using my A2 Genets, right? We're going to be using A2 Genets, which is pretty wild, right? He isn't leveled up much at all. We just got the Serena set on, no special cooldowns. And we just got 2 imprint stones on the character. That's it. And I got, you know, the volume 4 imprint stone that's giving him that extra critical damage, about 25%, which is pretty massive for this character. And, you know, he does have shock damage on his default, but I'm not even going to really use it. I can't remember if I used it once or twice. Maybe I do, maybe I don't. We'll see in the run. But I'm pretty sure I just use his 3PG for the most part. No, I do use his default a little bit. But the thing is, you know, you only want to apply shock and chill at certain points in the fight. I mean, you know, usually people set up teams where you're going to apply those dots throughout the fight to make sure that whenever Spider Robot needs to get some shock or chill applied, that they'll have it available against Spider Robot. But we're just going to plow through it. We're just going to destroy is all we're going to do. He's got maxed out capsules. I mean, honestly, level 20 character. And again, my fame system is not leveled up, right? That would make a huge difference. And then we're just going to run the 7 nice set here, just regular cooldown cards. I could easily put an Akane set on Ignis. That would be just fine for him. And then we do have 3 or 4 imprint stones on this guy. So, I mean, some of these characters are leveled up quite a bit. You know, I got 4 imprint stones on Ignis. I got 4 imprint stones on Rugal. I have 5 imprint stones on Chrysalid here. And you see he's got 5 imprint stones. We got the Serena set on him. Just regular cooldown cards. 1 Transcendent card on him. I mean, obviously these guys are really going to be the big heavy hitters. But still, you know, the fact that I'm going to have, you know, some 3 stars on here and even a 2 star is pretty wild. And then we got the Serena set with Rugal, and he does have 4 imprint stones. Actually, I got 5, but I just left the 1 unequipped. And then we have, of course, my girl, Leona, who's just got 3 imprint stones. I'm probably going to end up putting another couple more on her if I ever get some imprint stones for this character, which would really, really bump up her damage. Man, Leona's just absolutely insane. And so is Genets. And we're going to be running the Athena set. We're going to be going hog wild. Try to really give her as much damage as possible. I could put the Yentama set on her, which is actually very, very strong as well. But the Athena set, it's going to offer a little bit more CP. It's just going to be quite the damage dealing set. Now, something to keep in mind is if you are using Leona and you are using Genets, both of these characters have, you know, the critical rate buffs in their core, and they also have the critical rate increases on their 3PGs. So they crit a lot. So, I mean, if you're running the Shermie option card for some extra shock damage, or you're running the Zhongfei card for some extra chill damage, those would be 2 really good cards that you put on Leona or Genets to really help apply shock and chill throughout the fight. So that way you can do more damage. But again, we're just going to brute force our way through it. So I'll go ahead and I'll bring up that run right now. Well, check this out, man. We're just going to plow through it. And, you know, normally when you play Spider Robot, something I can't stand about this game mode is it takes forever because you got 5 characters You'll run through their skills, you'll switch to the next character, run through their skills, right? You'll do this all 5 times when you're starting off the fight. And then what happens is, you know, on the last character, like Leona right now, we're going to try to build up her 3PG, right? We're just going to try to build up that 3PG, right? Once we build it up, then we're going to go ahead and queue this thing up, right? And we're going to do this, you know, 2 full rotations. And once the awakened skill's ready, then we're just going to start spamming our awakened skills. Right? I could have just went ahead and used Leona right there, just could use the awakened skill right there, but I decided to go ahead and do one more phase. And yeah, and if you want to apply some shock damage with Genitz, really all you gotta do is just hit his default, right? And by the way, that default in Guild Raid is trash. That thing will bypass Rugal or Nightmare Geese, they'll just fly right through him. Plus it can get interrupted. It's just, it's not very good for Guild Raid. At least not his default. 3PG is. Guinness is actually pretty decent for it, but he's not, his default ain't worth a crap. But all we're trying to do is get down to our awakened skills so we can just start spamming. And we're almost there. You know, we still got 5 seconds left on Chrysalid right here. And the idea is just to get down to my last character where we got our awakened skill. So there we just went through our 3 skills. We did our 3PG. And now we're going to do our 3 skills again and do her default. Just apply some dot explosion, get a little bit more damage out of her. There we go. This is something that's nice about these characters that have that 30% PG rate, just massive. And now we're just going to run through her skills and watch Leona's damage, man. She just, look at her plow this crap up, right? We do got karate for a little extra attack, right? And she's just, I mean, wow. And she's A3, right? I mean, just imagine if I had my fame system leveled up, if I had her, you know, 5 imprint stones on her all jacked up. She's just, I love her to death, right? Love her. It really wouldn't matter if she was strong or not, I'd still love her. So now we get to do the same thing with Genitz, right? And this is so much easier than doing the other way where you're doing a 3PG, switch to your next character, do the 3PG, switch to your next character, do the 3PG. That takes forever. I mean, you're looking at a 9-10 minute fight, whereas this will take about, you know, 4.5-5 minutes. It shaves off a tremendous amount of time, which, you know, I'm always under time restrictions. I'm always pretty busy playing all these games, you know, making all these videos for YouTube. And, you know, plus I, you know, live stream pretty much every day for a couple hours a day on top of that. So I'm a pretty busy guy. And honestly, like, it's actually more fun to play Spider Robot when you do it this way. Whereas, at least for me, I know some players, they maybe they would prefer the other way. But I remember the last Spider Robot video I did, a lot of players were like, man, I just spam my skills. I just run through there and I just go through my skills and get my score, right? And I will get the max score here. I mean, it really doesn't matter if I, you know, get, you know, 1 million or 1 billion or whatever. It really doesn't, 1 billion, right? It really doesn't matter if I get some insane score. As long as I'm reaching that 360, 380 million mark, that's all that really matters. Because in this game mode, you just get the HP stones. I mean, you get unpairing kits and other things, but you just get HP stones. I really think that Spider Robot should have double attack stones. There really should be double attack stones in this game mode because it is very, very hard, especially for newer players. I mean, this, in my opinion, this is really the in-game content in the game. I mean, obviously for a veteran player that's got, you know, leveled up characters and has, you know, 4 Empress Stones and 5 Empress Stones on multiple characters on their team, they can obviously come in here, brute force their way through it, and just plow through it. Not really use any method. Ignis here, you gotta be a little careful because, you know, if he doesn't have his hyper armor up, he can get interrupted. So you'll notice I'll go run through his skills, his first and third, like 3 times, and I'll do his hyper armor skill. Then I'll do it 3 times with his first and third skill again, right? Because if you do Ignis and you do his first and third skill super fast, he'll do a lot more damage, right? Especially adding all that dot all at once. And we got my boy here, Rugal. Oh yeah. It's all BS, my friends. It's all BS. No pun intended. Get it done. I mean, look, we go 375, about 380 million already. We've already gotten the score that we need. So you obviously don't even need, you know, your characters as built as well as what you have mine. I mean, really, 3 imprint stones on each character, probably at A3 at this point in the game, would be more than enough because you could just level up your fame system. You probably wouldn't even need that, to be perfectly honest, because you can add a lot of CP with that fame system. It really does make a difference if you're using that. Again, you know, I'm not. So, you know, I'm going to have my characters built up a little bit more to get the max score. Oh, we're about cut down to the wire. We got 415 million. We're in on Rugas 3PG here. Let's see what we get. So I mean 420 million just coming in here and spamming, you know, not really using any special kind of method, nothing like that, just plowing through it and just using a bunch of freaking brute force, right? And honestly, it makes the game mode a whole lot more fun. I can't stand, you know, those 9-10 minute fights where you're just like, you know, bringing in your striker, bringing in your characters. It's such a pain in the freaking rear. And whenever you play it like this, whenever you're able to play it like this, instead of using a proper method by bringing in the right strikers at the right times, applying the right dot at the right times, it's just a lot easier when you can just come in here and brute force your way through it, right? I mean, the beginning of the game, Spider Robot is a freaking total nightmare, but I play this pretty much every day now because I try to get those imprint stones so I can at least salvage them in hopes to maybe get some other good stones in the future, some good Moonstar and Star-shaped stones for the characters I really want to level up, like currently right now, Leona. But I just wanted to share that total domination run with you guys in Spider Robot. Let me know in the comments how you're all doing in that game mode. You know, do you brute force your way through it, just spam your skills? Or are you switching between your characters over and over and over, like in the old days where you just tried applying the right dot at the right time and just use your 3PGs and your defaults over and over and over throughout the entire fight? And I do stream on Twitch at 9 p.m. GMT plus 7 time. The link will be in the description below. And I hope you enjoyed the video. Thank you for watching. Y'all take care and have a good one. See ya.